close to 100 miles from Swift Current, and that's basically where we have to market our grain now. So economics just said that it was probably better to run cattle on some of this. This land down here is very rocky, it's very hard on equipment, but yet it grows extremely great grass and hay. So as you can see in this area, there's not a lot of cultivation going on anymore. And some of the old timers that come back and see this land now into hay just ask themselves why they didn't seed it back to grass years ago. It hasn't been terrible down here. We've probably been more fortunate than a lot of the other places. We had basically no snow cover. We had, some frost in May that probably hurt our grass worse than anything. Rain-wise, our biggest probably amount of rain come near the end of July, so it tended to rejuvenate some of these tame grass fields. They looked awful brown come the 1st of July. By the end of July, they looked awesome. And that's the beauty of tame grass fields. All it takes is moisture, and in 10 days they'll turn right around. And a prime example is this herd of cows we're standing in. The middle of July, they were moved out of here, and the gates were left open, and they've moved back here on their own. And they're content to stay here because, as you can see, the grass is still coming nice and green. We probably watch the Weather Channel more than, the biggest majority of people, because we are so reliant on rainfall to survive. We've planned, or we put in motion years ago to build our cow herd, anticipating that the cattle prices were gonna rise. Like I said before, the BSE years really hurt. We couldn't sustain that level of cattle prices for very much longer, and we'd have to bow out, and some people did. Once it started to level off a bit, the goal was to have as many cattle to sell as possible when the prices peaked. Now probably the big question is, when do you really capitalize on it and sell lots?